So everyone talks about how the iPad is going to help soup up digital books, but I actually think the more interesting question is, how can we use the iPad as a book designer to create a better reading experience? And I think that starts by thinking about what exactly is the reading experience. For a lot of people, it is about their expectation of what they want to get out of the text. And from an author's perspective, it's also the kind of entertainment or information or teaching experience that the author wants to deliver. So as designers start thinking about that, they can deliver better experiences. Multimedia, for example, a lot of people's instinct first is just to dump it on and add multimedia. I think a much more powerful way is to think about integrating multimedia, images, photos, sounds, into the material that's being delivered. The people who behind the iPad app for the Elements did a great job by putting those manipulable objects on the right side and letting them spin and putting them right into the canvas next to the text. No pop-up windows, no separate links. It's right next to the text. William Blake, the poet, was trying to do this 300 years ago when he decided not to use movable type and instead hand-inscribed each page with pictures right alongside his prose, the better to advance his message that body and soul are a unified experience. Somebody took a crack at redoing Euclid's Elements text by putting the geometrical objects right into the text, getting rid of the letters that label the line segments and instead using colors, a really powerful teaching experience. What all this means is that we then need to start working with authors who think as much about images as they do about writing so that they can create these really rich visual compositions like the one that you see here. And don't forget also that handwriting is also a very powerful tool capable of delivering a lot of meaning and nuance in ways that aren't possible or easily achievable in tools like Word or WordPress. Just by using handwriting, you can really do a lot of stuff. Enhancements, of course, is something that we all talk about, how to add to digital books. And you know, once we think about how to add these enhancements, the big challenge is bringing people back to the narrative flow, bringing people back to the momentum of the story that's being told. This is a great tool where if you forget who a character is, you can tap on that character's name and then just as quickly swipe it away and you're back in the story. Really well done in terms of maintaining the immersion. Images are another place that people keep thinking about. How do we enhance images? Here's a wonderful example where the reader is invited to tap on the red circle and then they're going to get something in exchange for that, some kind of enhancement. And look what you get. It's very subtle. You tap on the red circle and then the framing changes and you see what this kayaker is up against. Really subtly done, but a very powerful, powerful enhancement. Less successful, I think, are effects that are done more to show off a programmer's skills, like what we see here in this next screen. It's an iPad story where you tilt the iPad, the text puddles down on the side of the page. How does that add to the story that's being told? I'd say not really in any kind of significant way. The other thing that I think digital book designers need to think about doing is being a tour guide to the content once it's already purchased. It's a way of combating information overload and helping people decide what to read once they've bought a book. This next slide shows a cookbook, and in lieu of a text-only table of contents, it's a visual display of the finished dishes, which is, after all, why people pick up books, cookbooks in the first place, to know what they want to cook, and a really helpful way to help people navigate their choices. Bible readers are another great class of very intense readers. This application gives them a new homepage each day with connections to a reading schedule, blogs, and commentary, and really mimics the way that these intense students of the Bible like to engage with their text. This is a business book which starts off with a quick Q&A to get a sense of what you're interested in, and then responds by delivering only those chapters that are relevant to your interests, which is a great recognition that we're not always all interested in all parts of a book. This book about jazz provides multiple entry points with videos, articles, the songs, of course, and that's a great way of letting readers who nowadays are accustomed to guiding their own path through a text drive themselves through the book. So what does this all mean? What can we do to create digital books that are as sort of powerful and as polished as websites are today? I think we need to think about a new kind of discipline. I call it reading experience design. And it's thinking about the material that's being presented. It's thinking about the state of mind that you want your audience to be in. And it's thinking about the author and the message that they want to convey. Thanks very much.